Hello everyone, this is Texan and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I will give you a brief introduction on front-end development and everything you need to know about it to start as a front-end developer. Let's start with a basic definition of front-end development. Front-end development is the development of the graphical user interface of a website. That means whenever you enter a web page and you see the content and interact with it, that is all front-end, where the user can interact with the web page. One of the basics of front-end development is to know these three languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is used to structure the web page. It allows you to write text, insert images, tables, hypertext, and so on. A simple metaphor to understand, it's like the skeleton of a human being. In HTML, we use tags to define which elements are paragraphs, links, lists, tables, images, header, footer, main, and so on. CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheet, is used to apply some styling on the web page, and it is linked with the HTML file. So with CSS, you can add font colors to your text, resize images and adjust them, as well as customize your whole web page. JavaScript, which is a scripting language used to make websites more interactive. That means transforming the website from static to dynamic. An example: with HTML, using the button tag, you can add a button that says subscribe. With CSS, I could add some colors to this button as well as resize it. With JavaScript, when the user comes and click on it, a clicking sound will appear, as well as some effects. The best environment to write these three languages is VS Code, but there is more, like Atom, Sublime Text, and so on. Make sure to choose the text editor that suits you. There is one thing you need to know about CSS. CSS is now at version 3, and some browsers still don't support CSS new features. That's why they somehow stick to the old versions of CSS. To fix this issue, we use CSS preprocessors, which allows you to generate CSS code from other languages better than CSS. So with CSS preprocessors, they convert old CSS code to code that can be understood by all browsers. Here are some examples on CSS preprocessors: Sass and Silas. Of course, to get a front-end job, you're not obliged to learn those two. At least know one of them. The most popular between them is Sass. We have the same issue with JavaScript. What developers do is they use a superset of JavaScript, and it's called TypeScript, which allows them to build and manage large-scale JavaScript projects. Definitely, any business needs a website to interact with their customers, so a job as a front-end developer is always available. Next, you need to familiarize yourself with frameworks. A framework is a set of tools in programming on which to build well-structured, reliable software and systems. It basically provides you reusable code to utilize in your own program. The most popular web framework is React, built by Facebook and used to build Facebook and Instagram. React allows developers to create large web applications that can change data without reloading the page. React is fast and scalable, as well as simple, which makes it easy to learn. There is something else you need to know, which is version control system. Version control systems are software tools that help software teams manage changes to source code over time. Git is the most popular, so take some time mastering Git and you'll be good. There is the famous WordPress that allows you to host and build websites. It started out as a blogging platform, but you can still use it to build amazing websites. Look what WordPress tells us: 43% of the web is built on WordPress, and 500 companies use WordPress. So why not go and check out what is WordPress? What should you learn to become an efficient front-end developer? Start with the basics. That means HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Start one by one, dedicating at least 3 hours to learn HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. After that, familiarize yourself with frameworks like React. Next, you want to learn Git. And if you want something extra, go ahead and learn Sass and TypeScript, as well as exploring WordPress. Dedicating time for each language and grasp the basics of those languages, and you'll become efficient in front-end development. Front-end development takes time and determination. You won't wake up tomorrow as a front-end developer ready to build amazing websites. While it takes practice and consistency. And that brings us to the end. I hope by now you have a clear understanding on how to start as a front-end developer. Do you know these 5 easiest programming languages to learn? Well, check them out in this video.